everyone knows I only love two things in this world, displays and keyboards. So when the DS Pixel Key Pro was being showcased all over the internet, I just had to have it. And it's finally here. Wow. So we've got this giant keypad that rests on top because this is all capacitive touch. And so theoretically, once I turn this on, I could type directly on the screen. Do I want to? No, it's probably gonna be a very bad experience. As for what this experience is gonna be like, I don't know, because this feels honestly worse than like your regular membrane keyboard. Actually feels really bad. I was not expecting it to be that bad. But before we get to it, let's take a look at the rest of this thing. It's got 2 ports and a switch, and those are for data and power. So if you want to charge this thing, you have to leave it plugged into power, and if you want to actually use it with your computer, you have to also leave it plugged into data, or use the wireless mode. And then it's got these other weird little plates. They look like Christmas ornaments. I think you can, there it goes. Yeah, they're just held on magnetically. Ooh, a little nice gold color. And then here, we've got an HDMI port, because yes, you can absolutely use this not only as your keyboard, but as a secondary display. Do I want to? Probably not. Will I do it for you today? Absolutely. But now I gotta turn it on because, like, I don't know, there's a switch. Does that work? Oh, okay, there's lights down here. DS Pixel Key! Oh, and there's side RGB too. Rattles around, there's something sliding ever so slightly. I got so excited I forgot about what else comes in the box. We've just got a pretty typical USB cable. I would have loved anything with any kind of sleeving, considering the price of this, because it's expensive. We'll get to that later. And then we've got what, some extra screws or something? Oh, a USB dongle. Right, because this guy is wireless. It'll do either Bluetooth or 2.4 gigahertz. Also, this is a very minor complaint, but when you order really expensive boutique boards, they tend to come in a nicely designed box. And I understand that this is probably a bit of a limited product run and everything, but I would love if this was just slightly more than brown box with dspixelkey.com and mwparts@gmail at the back. As for this keypad thing, I'm really excited to try it out because it seems terrible. By the way, if you don't like a split spacebar, good luck, because this uses a split spacebar and I don't know how you're gonna ever switch that. As bad as it might feel, I'm actually genuinely impressed that they've managed to come up with something like this. It's pretty cool. Kind of a major complaint, actually, I guess, is I'm pretty sure that screw rattling around was supposed to be right here. Yeah, this one's clearly there. That one is clearly missing. And then this guy has some give to it. So I don't know if it's just not screwed down all the way or whatever, but this is how it showed up. And I'm a little disappointed that it's not better connected. But enough of that, let's hook it up to our laptop and see what this typing experience is actually all about. We've also got their Ergo version that isn't released yet. That one's still kickstarting, so I'll take a look at that bad boy in a second here. All right, we've got 2 cables plugged into this bad boy. It was a little dead, so we're charging it. I'm gonna turn it back on, plugged into our laptop as well. Super cool novelty. Really don't like that they couldn't figure out a single cable solution. So our computer detected it, no problem. It's got this sick animation, and like the keys are displayed here. Okay. Win, N-O-T-E. What? They play these little animations as I type too? Okay, this is incredible. I don't care how much I don't like this thing. I love it now. Oh, space is okay, I actually really wish that this was just raised more, because I have a major hard time hitting the space bar with my thumb, and then probably any of the other like Alt, FN, menu, control, all those with my thumb, because there's a giant like 1/4 inch gap from here, so it's gonna hit there and it makes it hard to hit space. But other than that, I think typing with your fingers is actually totally viable. Quick, I'm not fast and I'm not accurate, but like, this is so cool. Brown, talk. This is, you know what? Aside from quick, that turned out okay. Okay, now I'll try the thing that I'm terrified of. So what this should do is essentially take your inputs up top here and translate them through capacitive touch. Oh, come on. Oh, oh. So there's these little nubbins on the bottom here, and then you slot those into these holes. Oh, there we go. All right, it's a little finicky to get the pad on top, but it works. The only other complaint I have is I actually, you know, it's already hard enough to kind of type on this thing. I wish it had bumps on the home row indicators on F and J. It's pretty standard on a lot of keycap sets or just like, I don't know, any other keyboard. So I'd like to see it here because it's already a weird experience, but hey, it works. You hit space, the animation plays. Okay, sick. Let's do, okay. Quick, brown, fox jumps over the lazy dog. All right, that's it. That's my practice. It's time to go to Monkey Type and try to actually do a typing test on this thing. Okay, this is going to be a nightmare and it's probably gonna be my absolute worst time ever. Ready? Let's go. Both space against. I have to look type. I can't do this by memory. These, oh, I already made a mistake. All open. Oh, that's one other problem. I'm starting to rest my fingers. I'm already done. 22 words a minute, 83% accuracy. I went to rest my fingers as I was like in between words and it actioned. But with this guy, no, no, no. All right, now let's try it with whatever they're calling this, the keycap frame or whatever. Part of me likes the sound. Okay, 84 words a minute, 91% accuracy. Pretty bad, but I bet you with a bit more practice, I could actually get used to it. It sounds like when you're playing a video game and some giant bug monster creature thing starts like chittering or chattering to its, you know, friends. I don't know, like, it's at 1% battery, by the way, already. This thing just eats battery. And it makes sense because it's like, it's a giant ass screen at a pretty reasonable brightness too. It's not necessarily a good outdoor keyboard, but it does hit 300 nits, which is very respectable. We swapped cables because the other one was going through USB-A and I don't think it was charging it enough. Now we're still at 1%. I love the little monster guy that appears when you touch keys. This is sick. And if you don't love these little animations that they're doing, you can actually make your own and upload them as individual files and then customize each individual key as well at, well, not key. We looked it up and it's a little tedious. You're gonna have to rename basically every single file and there's 74 or so of them. We also accidentally set it to Arabic and we don't know how to change it back. So far, it's pretty in line with my expectations with custom keyboard software. Not very good. Just waiting on Reese to bring us our HDMI cable so that we can plug one cable into the laptop for data. We're gonna plug one into our power so that we can still charge it. We're still at 1%, really hoping this thing doesn't die on me. And then we're gonna plug another through HDMI to try to output the screen onto here. I have no idea how that's gonna go, but we'll find out. I love how after you don't type on it for a while too, it takes away the black background and starts playing this animation. You can put whatever video you want. And the screen itself is actually pretty decent. It's IPS and reasonably high PPI. We've got a 3840 by 1100 across a 14-inch display. HDMI going in. Whoa, okay. The aspect ratio is way off on the laptop, but yeah. As you can see, if you really wanted to use this as an external 16:9 display, you could. I don't know why you'd want to. Full screen, if I does it, oh, it stretches it. That's awesome. This is wild. Can I still type on it now? I don't think so. It feels like the whole keyboard aspect of it is gone now. No dice. So unfortunately, if you really want to use it as both a keyboard and a display, you can't do that at the same time, which seems obvious in hindsight. Of course you can't do that. Now I got so excited about the rest of this thing that I completely forgot to talk about like the case and the chassis. It's heavy. It's a full aluminum build. Pretty good diffuse RGB on the sides and then on this neat little pattern they've got on the front. Cool little DS badge on the top right. It'd be cool if this was interchangeable, just like the Christmassy plates back here. And then if you want to go out, I used at least 3 fingers. One was not doing it, but then you swipe down and it goes away. So pretty cool. You can leave your HDMI Amazing. I don't care what it costs. I love it. It's so dumb. One final note though, this one is the 8 kilohertz version. You can buy it in 1 kilohertz or 8 kilohertz. And we measured around 30 milliseconds of latency, which is really bad. This thing is expensive. It is $659 on sale. It used to be more like $1,000 and it's a keyboard, all right. I don't, All right, well that was super cool, but I gotta take a look at the Ergo version that's coming out soon, but not before a word from our sponsor.
Thanks to Charge for sponsoring this video. Under a centimeter thin and made from aviation grade aluminum, Charge's Aeromag power banks are compact, lightweight, and powerful. Both 5,000 and 10,000 milliamp hour variants are Qi 2 certified for a maximum wireless output of 15 watts, and a graphene cooling system keeps things from getting too toasty, just hot enough. Pick one up today using our link in the description, and keep your phone topped up in style, baby.
Oh. Now we've got the DS Pixel Pro. Their naming scheme isn't ideal, because the other one can also be the DS Pixel Pro, but this is the Ergo version, so I'm already a lot happier with this. When you're spending this much money, you should get a little carry case with your keyboard. The cable looks also bad still, but whatever. I'm a lot more lenient on the terrible cable when it's got a really nice, soft, actually it's a really nice case. Felt comes with a little cloth, that's always handy. And then it's in a little plastic bag with a buckle. I like that buckle a lot. Ooh, I like the blue too. This is nice. Ugh. Wow. Magnificent. They've upgraded their system here. So this one isn't capacitive anymore, it's actually Hall effect and it's using magnets. So these are all programmable switches that you can change the actuation force on and whatnot. And this one's also 8 kilohertz. And unlike the other one, we tested a pretty reasonable 1 millisecond of latency with that. It's a pretty typical split Alice kind of layout. We've again got our switch and 2 ports, so I'm actually gonna plug it into charge pretty soon here. And then on the back, we've just got a couple like raised feet. I absolutely love the black and blue colorway design, but I've noticed that there are some big gaps, so I don't know how good the tolerances are, but if you look here, I don't know how much you can see it on camera, but there's a gap in between there, and then up at the top as well. It's a really minor complaint, like you're never gonna see that when you're kind of just staring at it like this. This one also probably will cost a lot. There's currently not pricing up for it, but if the other one's anything to go by, then yeah. And yet again, I'm gonna complain a little bit about the construction because it looks like all these screws, I can't tell if they're loose or if the tolerances are bad or whatever, so we're just gonna, they're in. I'm really not making them go much deeper. In that case, I'm going to once again complain about the tolerances because the screws don't look flush with the rest of the board. Like I can feel them as I move my finger over a bunch of them, which again, you're gonna have this down and it's not a big deal, but it's these small attentions to detail when you're spending over $500 on a keyboard that you kind of expect it to be a little bit more put together. DS Pixel Key. That's one screen, where's the second? Oh, there, DS Pixel Key. I like how it's like, okay, turn the first one on, hold up. Okay, turn the second one on. Okay, now what's the next stage in the rocket launch procedure? Hey, the keyboard turns on. This is wild. So now we've got 2 screens in a split Alice kind of layout, and it's already got an animation playing. No speakers on this one, which is a bit of a bummer, but whatever. I think you can live without it. Oh, why are these animations coming up as I touch it? I don't know what's happening. Okay, it's not capacitive, so I don't even know how that's working. Maybe it's capacitive and Hall effect, I'm not sure. It shouldn't be. Let's pop these bad boys on here. Wow, look at this. It basically ruins the screen. I will say, I hope you can touch type because it is almost impossible to read what the keys are with the crystal clear plastic switches that they've got here. The nice thing about these is that they actually do have little home row indicators, so brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Let's see if we can beat 84 words per minute, 91% accuracy. Okay, 106, 97% accuracy. This is definitely a more pleasing typing experience, and I really actually wish that they basically had the original version in a normal layout with this system instead of the previous system, because it just didn't feel good. This one actually like feels fine. Like this, you know, I'm not gonna say it feels amazing, and it doesn't sound amazing because all these switches are like, they're outside of everything. Like they're just sitting here, see? It doesn't feel right to cover it up. Like it feels like this should be how it is, and then you don't use these. You don't use these visual aids. So you know what? Enough with the visual aids. They say it's capacitive, and it obviously is, like it's detecting me, but I can't seem to type like this, unfortunately, so we're not gonna do that second capacitive typing test. It's customizable. They're using a branch of VIA, and it's QMK compatible, so you can kind of do whatever you want. I'm gonna take this, to take the peel off, I gotta take all the switches out. It's also hot swappable, actually. That's something I could probably show you guys. Oh. You just pop that guy out. And then obviously, you know, if you don't like the clear caps, like those are just keycaps, you just pop them off and pop them back on. We took the peel off and it looks slightly better. It's more clear, but the switches are still getting in the way and it completely kind of ruins the whole picture effect here. And as for the other keyboard, there is no layer to take off. It's just this rubber or something in between the two plastic layers that makes it look all foggy. I want them both combined. I want this system on this keyboard, but at the same time, like, I don't want this either because I want to see the screen. It just, it feels like it's trying to do all these things, but it doesn't do any of them super well. But at the same time, it's probably the coolest keyboard I've ever used in my entire life. And I kind of want it just because, you know, it's historic almost. No matter which version of the DS Pixel you get, I think it's sick. I don't necessarily think it's a good keyboard, but I think it's a super cool one. I don't know if you are willing to pay the price for it. Even on sale, it's still very expensive, and the Alice doesn't even have a price yet. It's just up on Kickstarter. I don't know how I feel about it, and I can't recommend it because I can't even give you a price for it. So it's such a tough call. I think it's an incredible experience. And if you ever get the opportunity to try either of these, 100% you should do it. I can't tell you to buy it. I think they're so cool and I wanna get one for myself, but I can't even justify spending this much money on it. Well, there you have it, folks. Love it or hate it. This is the DS Pixel, multiple versions. This one is expensive, but on sale. This one is on Kickstarter, but there's no price yet, so I can't exactly recommend either of them. I think they're super cool though, and if you want to check out another super cool keyboard, check out the AM Neon 80. That one had like 3,000 holes milled into it, and then it used RGB to make a pseudo screen kind of, very cool. Not quite as cool as this guy though.